Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's Zach, back with another video on the Pullups channel. This is the final pull day of our macro cycle. Starting it off a little different with this video, trying something new. Going to be doing each of the working sets. I'm just going to be showing the actual set, so I won't have the 4 times sped up rest breaks in between, which, we'll see how I feel about that. It's kind of cool to have the rest break just to see what I'm doing in between sets, shaking it out, stretching, that kind of thing, but it felt a little bit long just watching the working sets, so got some decent advice from a very trustworthy person. And so I'm going to be trying out working sets only, and then I'll probably swap in between commentary clip to clip. So this is the potentiation set for incline dumbbell curls. Again, my favorite bicep movement right now, although I will be trying, maybe not in the next macro cycle, I might try it out just to see how it feels, but I want to do lying bicep curls, which just looks kind of crazy. You actually lay down on the bench and then you can or cannot elevate your head, but the stretch looks nuts. So if I do give it a try, I'll be sure to record it to show you guys, but I'm gonna let the music take over so we can get into our first actual working set here. Alright, so got that first set done, getting into the second one here. So you'll notice when I start each set, I try to do everything very deliberately. It's all about control with movements right now for me because, when you're building that early strength, you don't want to go slinging weight around and doing each rep differently, each set differently, or like right here, you'll see that I'm pretty much just reaching out on the eccentric, pulling it up on the concentric. Maybe I'll, tighten up my quads just a little bit, just give me some good stability. That way I can only pull up from the bicep. And that way all of the stimulus is driving into the muscle I'm trying to train, which in this exercise is the bicep. So yeah, nice and slow on the way down. Not fast on the way up, but, also not resting at the top. That's another easy way to make your progress week to week inconsistent. Because if, one day maybe you're resting a few more seconds at the top versus another day, you might be able to get another rep or two. Whereas if you keep the time in between, the tempo that you're doing the reps in consistent, you should be able to track almost linearly through your program. So this is the last set of curls. Let's do it. And that's that set done. Straight into the next one. So, like I mentioned, incline bicep curls, they'll be staying for the next microcycle. I do want to try those lying curls down, see how they feel, see how sore I get, if they're comfortable. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it with this bench. The thing about these dumbbells too, they're called Nuobells. I think the brand that makes them is Smart Fit. I think that's right. I could be wrong, but they are fantastic dumbbells. I love them. They go from 5 pounds to 80 pounds in 5-pound increments, and you just like turn the handle. The knurling is really nice on them. They feel really good. They're pretty compact. They're not giant. Some of the power block stuff is huge, a little unwieldy. But yeah, these are super great. The only drawback is they're kind of fragile. So like you wouldn't want to, these are not made to be dropped. So if you drop these, I mean, you're really running the risk of shattering your dumbbells, or at least chipping bits off, and then, you got to buy extra parts, and it's just, I think most people don't want to do that. So I don't know if I would want to do those lying curls, because if I accidentally smack the ground or something and chip my dumbbell, I don't really want to do that. So we'll see. I might try it out and see if maybe I can use like 5 pounds or 10 pounds if it's that difficult, and then it'll be easy enough to control and not smack the ground. So we'll see about that, but looks like we're going to get into the first set of pull-ups here. Let's do it. And no drop. Take that, electronic music. You're not dropping here. So that first set was 15 reps. And something I want to mention about using a band on this, because people might be watching this like, dude, you could easily take that band off and do plenty of reps. I think it's only, I think 35 pounds is the max, like max tension for that band. So it's, I'm pulling up, I weigh like maybe like 180 right now ish. So I'm pulling up like 150, 145, something like that. I could do that. I could take the band off and just do them body weight, which would be, there's pros and cons. One of the pros is that if you remove the band, the force curve, like the tension at the bottom, is going to be super, super high. Big stretch. Because when you have the band on at that bottom part right there, all of that tension in the band, that's the strongest point because it's stretched out the most. And so it kind of removes a little bit of tension at the stretched position, which, just based on the current science and literature about which portions of the movement are hypertrophic, you really want that stretched portion to be, maximized. So it's a little bit of a downside there, but it's great because I can, in a workout like this, I can do 15, 12, 9. I mean, that's a decent amount of reps on something like pull-ups that I wouldn't be able to do without it. So let's get into that next set now. So something else to consider when you're wanting to do pull-ups. I would love to do pull-downs. I wish I had a lat pull-down. That'd be freaking awesome. But, those cable setups can be pretty expensive. And the rack I have, since it's just those single uprights, I think Rogue makes like a little sling attachment thing that you can set up on there, but I would have to take the pull-up bar off, so it's probably not in the cards for me, at least not right now. I want to get I think it's called, I know it's Torque. I don't remember if Torque is the brand or if Anchor is the brand. I think Torque is the brand, and Anchor is I think Anchor is the actual piece of equipment. The Anchor 7, super, super small cable stack. I think it sticks out from the wall only like 9 inches, and you can put, I think, 250-pound stack on it. So that would be awesome for variation. That's one of the difficulties when you're working out at home, is you just, unless you have a massive gym at your house, which I'm very thankful and lucky that I was able to get this setup that I have. I can do, dozens of different exercises with this equipment. So it's really nice, but that's one of the pros of going to a gym. Got all the machines and like something like even just a simple chest press machine. That's a full macro cycle or two. That's several months of training. That's a unique variation. So it's definitely something worth considering when you're figuring out if you want to work out at home versus the gym, or I mean, if you want to get in shape, you can just start doing body weight exercise. You don't need any equipment at all. Or, I mean, you could get bands, but like I mentioned with the pull-ups, the problem with the bands is the tension's the most at the peak squeeze, which feels really cool. I enjoy it. It feels great, especially for if you're trying to, work on your mind-muscle connection a little bit. That can be really, really helpful, but it's just not great for muscle growth because you want that tension in the deep stretch. So, just things to consider. Got that first set of super ROM rows. And we'll get some funk for this next one. So, enjoy. Alright guys, so that completes our final pull day of the macro cycle, and indeed our final workout of this macro cycle. And actually, I guess technically this is the end of the mesocycle, although I'm just copy and pasting it for another 5 weeks here. So I guess technically it's going to be, I've already done 2 of these, so it's going to end up being 4. So I'll basically do this another 2 times. Just eating, I think I'm at 500 calories over maintenance, which depending on my activity level through the day could be, none over or even more if I'm just chilling all day. So working out so far, really enjoying it. I'll probably record some videos on the deload, maybe do a physique update, and keep you guys up to date. Hope everyone has a fantastic day. See ya.